here is Leo Diamond.
I'm excited to be here today, Ethan. It's a great day for some baseball.
Indeed, the two-time NWAC champions have been on a roll so far this season, holding a 4-game winning streak. Over halfway through their season, the Roadrunners have annihilated their competition, with Umpqua being the only ones to snap them out of their momentum.
Yeah, both Linn-Benton and Lane are tied for the top ranks in the Southern region, setting the stage for a crucial matchup. We'll see if today's outcome will differ from the last time we saw the Roadrunners and Titans go head-to-head, with the Roadrunners taking the win 10-1 last season in April.
The Roadrunners pitcher, Talon McGrorty, won't have much room for error tonight, as it's going to be key to keep the Titans off the bases.
Yeah, freshman Noah Scher has been an anchor to the Roadrunners offense this season, leading the team in doubles and sitting near the top with 10 RBIs. He continues to be a reliable runner and a big reason for their offensive success.
And your starting lineups for today for your Linn-Benton Roadrunners: number 8, Noah Scher, followed by number 2, Bryant Starr, number 11, Boston Caron, number 21, Jackson Farah, number 19, Chance Flores, then followed by number 5, Kellen Siegel, number 13, Aiden Hazen, number 6, Mark Carpenter, number 9, Landon Lay, and number 1, Emmett Statcher. Here we are, starting off in the first inning. We have first pitch out here, and it's up high for ball 1. So second pitch fouled off to the left by number 9, Quentin Olson, freshman in the outfield. And we were a little scared today. It's like with the clouds covering up the sun today, but it looks like today, Leo, that we've got some sun back.
Yes, sir. It's a great day.
It's like third pitch, a little inside, but still called for strike 1.
Might have been a little inside on that one.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, getting ready for the next pitch. And he loads up. And he holds on the swing, and it is strike 3 for the first strikeout of the game on the first batter.
Good way to start off the game. 1K
Indeed.
and ready to go.
Batting second, playing third base, number 15, Nolan Donovan.
So number 15, Nolan Donovan coming up. A returning sophomore, still playing for these Lane Titans. He's ready for the first pitch. And once again, another strike, back-to-back strikes starting off to begin this second batter.
Always what you want to see, getting aggressive in the count.
McGrorty goes up for another pitch. And a swing and a miss. Got him on the bottom outside corner.
Went to the curve on that pitch and got in the miss.
So going quickly. He's got him on the ropes early. So count is 2-1. Here comes next pitch. And it's swing, and it goes straight to the second baseman, and he gets it, and it is a catch, and that is the second out of the first inning.
Good. First baseman had to make a good feeling right there. The ball was a little short to him.
So just a little bit of a bounce, but nothing he couldn't handle.
Yeah.
So that's 2 quick outs. No problem so far for the Roadrunner defense. And here we have number 6. And the first pitch way inside there. Had to lean out of the way a little bit for that one. Up on the plate, sophomore Peyton Tyner for the Titans. Second pitch, a little high outside. Catcher had to stretch for that one. So a chance to get out of this first inning quite early. Be a good start to McGrorty's day. And here it comes. And that one well down the middle, and that will be a strike. 2 outs. 2-1 is the count. McGrorty looks down the way. He sends it down. And almost, but just outside that strike zone. That's just a little high. Count is 3-1. Possible walk here, but he swings at this one and fouls it off to the left. And that'll bring us to our first full count of the game, Leo. And just a little high on the final pitch there, which will send Peyton Tyner to the walk. And the Titans will have their first runner on base with the walk.
That could have been a good start to the game, but that walk a little high. Yeah. We'll see what Lane can do.
The Lane Titans have a tiny bit of a base running advantage with a .402 percentage on their base running. First pitch swung on and missed by the catcher. Don't know if I have his name there. So I'll start 0-1. Runner on first, lead off, decent. Sends it, and it is fouled high up and to the right. That's 0-2. Some pressure on the batter here. Ready. Stares down. Ready to send the pitch down. Possible to end the inning. Just low and outside.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. Take a pitch off from that count.
No, it's not bad. Not bad at all. He's been getting it, and he's trying to make him chase it with some pitches to the outside. He's trying to get them low, trying to make him try to get that homer. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And he waits on it, and it pays off. Now 2. 2-2.
The whole team thought that was a strike there. They were all
yeah,
walking
it looked
off
like it from here, even.
They walked off the field together almost.
It's like, with that hot start with the quick 2 outs, it's like they were looking to get off this field early, but maybe the Lane Titans might be able to keep them off for a little bit. All right, 2-2. Sends it down, and it's swung on, and it's hit to right field, and it is settled under and caught for the final out of the inning.
Quick and easy inning right there. Nothing too worrisome for the Roadrunners.
Not indeed. It looks like McGroarty is going to be. I'm not sure exactly how long they want to keep in their starting pitcher, but it looks like with a start like that, if he keeps that pace up, it's going to be pretty easy for him coming down the stretch.
Mm-hmm. 2 strikeouts to start the first. That's ideal.
Exactly. And it doesn't look like that the sun will be. It's that little technical adjustment there.
Yeah.
Sorry. But it looks like the sun isn't bothering anyone too much out in the outfield. It's like, luckily we are getting some warm weather. There was that little point before where you and me were standing outside. There was a little bit of a cold chill in there as we were coming over.
There was some wind going on. All their papers were flying everywhere. It wasn't ideal, but now they must have gone away because it's pretty clear skies and sunny right now.
The wind isn't much of a problem today. Shouldn't be much of a factor. But we never want our athletes out there to be standing in the cold.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, especially for baseball. But they're out there majority of the time on defense, so we don't want them to freeze.
And today's pitcher for the Lane Titans, it will be number 12, Griffin Scott, freshman, a left-handed pitcher. It's like he has 13 strikeouts on the season with a 6.62 ERA. It's like currently warming up right now. And he has a little bit of pressure on him, especially given that performance early from McCourty.
Mm-hmm. Not too bad.
So it's very interesting when you see these community college teams, most of them all sophomore, all freshmen,
yeah.
And all of them trying to build a spot for themselves. It's like, especially with the Linn-Benton Roadrunners, a very tight community with the Oregon State baseball team has been covered by Daily Barometer. It's like this program has been quite well building up their athletes to be able to move to much higher competition very quickly, which is what shown by their very shown by their very illustrious win streak currently right now.
Yes.
So, and as we wait for the Lane Titans to warm up for their first defense.
Actually, no, we're not going to center fielder number 8.
So,
Noah Scher.
currently now we are now ready actually to lead off for the Roadrunners benching. And here is Noah Scher, their leadoff hitter, currently leading the team in hits and one of their staples on offense. Taking the first pitch, and it is high and outside from him.
We see this with Noah. He's leading off. He wants to set the momentum for the team and get them started on the right track for this game.
Indeed. He has been that guy for them usually, as he fouls off that one right. So he has one of their highest at-bat counts. He's been one of the guys they want most. He was 1-1, ready to take third pitch. And he waits on that one, and that one is called strike. A little outside, but stays inside the strike zone. One, two. Scher ready. That one a little inside, but still called strike. A quick strikeout from the leadoff hitter by Noah. Not what we expected there.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see to start the game for the Roadrunners. One of your best players striking out. Looking at the ball, didn't even get to put it in play. That's a bad start.
Well, but following him up is another illustrious hitter on this Roadrunners lineup, Bryant Starr, actually the leader of at-bat performances for the Roadrunners with 59 at-bats. And that first pitch, he swings on it, swinging for the fences, and first strike started out. It looks like that they're really trying to get on base early, especially with nothing for the Titans on the first inning. They seem to be swinging hard and really wanting to get on base here.
Mm-hmm.
High and outside. That'll be 1-1 on the count. Bryant Starr also currently leads the team in stolen bases, so he's certainly someone that they want to get on base early with 6 stolen bases on the year, and that one is way outside.
Any means necessary. You want to get this dude on base, whether it be a walk, a hit by the pitch. You just want to get him on first so you have that opportunity to steal a bag.
I mean, probably not how they want to play, but it's like you would think it's like maybe if they kept him on the bench just to put him in as a pinch runner.
Yeah.
Be a heck of a strategy. That one is low. Count is currently 3-1. It looks like that Bryant Starr might have a chance to get on base here. Griffin Scott ready to deliver the pitch. And he waits on it, and that is a 4-1 walk for Bryant Starr. That is his 9th walk of the year, and he will be the first on base for the Roadrunners.
Good eye right there. He didn't like the outside pitches. Most of them were high and outside, and he kept off of them, which is good.
And here is their first baseman, Boston Karen, sophomore, currently sitting at 11 hits on the season. And there goes Bryant Starr, but there won't even be a chance to get him at second on that steal attempt as the catcher bobbled.
I think the catcher was flustered. He saw Bryant Starr running, and he was like, shoot.
The pitcher and catcher were both watching him there, and he did not hesitate. Took off like a rocket.
And now he's in scoring position, which sets up the Roadrunners beautifully for this next at-bat.
Boston Truong waits on that one, and that is the first strike. Count will stay at 1-1. Bryant Starr taking another pretty decent lead off. Oh, and the pitcher looks back at him. And then it's fouled almost directly up near the right baseline, and it is caught by the first baseman. Bryant Starr it looked like he was almost going to try to run from second there, but he thinks twice and then is caught back.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to bait the pitcher into a bad throw, or the first baseman to a bad throw.
It is now 2 outs for the Roadrunners in this first inning. Bryant Starr still on second. And here we have number 21, Jackson Farah. First pitch delivered. Check swing on it, and it is strike 1. Jackson Farah, currently 5 RBIs on the year. Chance to put it to 6 if he can hit Starr down from second. Another check swing, this time called ball. Count 1-1.
Can't leave runners stranded. You got to put the ball in play right now.
Scott ready to deliver the third pitch. Looks back at Starr one time. And another swing. Got him to go. And that is 1-2 for Farah.
Starr's taking a massive lead right now. Second base, he's almost halfway down the line on some of these pitches.
Starr's even like throwing some juke moves at him whenever he looks back at him on base. And once again, they look to get him at second, and he just manages to dive back.
Starr's playing a dangerous game on second right now. He's baiting them for a pickoff move, and then you see that happen.
I mean, you can learn to play with the minds of your opponents. This is making them scared. If you can't focus fully on the batter, maybe Farah can bat him home. Scott, 1-2, and he gets it down, and it goes directly to the first baseman, and the pitcher just manages to get past him and tag him out at first. That will leave our first inning scoreless as Farah just hits it to the first baseman and can't quite beat him on the run.
Yeah, he dove head first. He almost beat it out. It was a bang-bang play, but ultimately went to the defense on that one.
It's not one that you would normally see guys dive for, but he wanted that first base just to try to get Starr home.
Yeah, he dove head first. That's a dangerous slide sometimes, but didn't work out there.
And as we warm up for the second inning for McGroarty, pitching for the Roadrunners, we will send it off to a quick break for you.
Yeah, and the pass ball right there for the catcher fell off the glove on the right side, and runner on first was able to snag a base and second base, put himself in the scoring position.
Now 2 outs. The Titans now have a runner on second. Contreras on 1-1 count. Stalker looks back at second, delivers the pitch, and it is hit to center field, and it is high enough and is settled under, and once again held scoreless and stranding the runner.
Yeah, another inning, same as Linn-Benton as last inning. They each left a runner stranded on second base, and that might come back to haunt both of them at the end of this game.
Well, that's now both teams have managed to get a runner to second base. The runner with Bryant Starr and the Titans with Donnie Morgan. It's the key to keep them off the bases, but they showed that they have the backbone. Even when they get on, they're not going to fall under pressure. They're going to keep at it, and then just had to get that one pop up in the air, and center field took care of the rest.
Let's see how Linn-Benton responds this inning. See if they put one on the board and put some pressure on Lane to start this game.
And I do believe, and now I'm making sure I'm checking myself on this one. We actually do have the correct pitcher for the Titans, I believe, in Scott.
That's good to see.
Apologies once again for those listening. Just a little bit of a mess up on the notes, and it is Emmett Stalker who has kept the Titans in check with 0 runs on base. A freshman right-handed pitcher. So currently, and with these strikeouts in the games, if my stat sheet is correct, those are his first strikeouts actually.
Yes, that is true. That is his first strikeout.
Stalker has been used as so he has 2 strikeouts on the day today.
All right, can we get close-ups of the people on the Robbie? Not Robbie. I keep saying Robbie because that's the thing, but it's not. Ready? 1, take 1.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 19, Chance Flores.
No, I know. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Let's start now. Starting off will be the designated hitter, Chance Flores, a sophomore at 6 foot. Friendly. First pitch, and it is outside. It appeared outside, but it actually called a strike.
Outside corner, got him on that one.
So to me, that one looked like it was a bit out the zone, but looked like the ump had a bit of mercy on him. Second pitch, and it is just fouled off the glove. Switch out the ball real quick there.
Stay on that while he figures his stuff out.
Chance Flores currently sporting a 200 average, and with 7 stolen bases, 5 walks, and 2 RBIs on the year. And he's up to an 0-2 count right now.
Actually, we're gonna go ready 1, take 1, ready 4.
So a pitch sent to him. This time, a little too far outside to be called a strike. Be a 1-2 on the count. Chance Flores looks to fight off, and he gets one, and that is called a fair ball down the left field line, and he is going to get all the way to second base. That one, I couldn't quite even tell from here. That one was just about to hit the line, but it just stays inside. Chance Flores manages to get to second.
Now batting, second baseman.
That's what we see from LB's Linn-Benton, and this is a great way to put runners in position. You get a nice little blooper for a nice double, and it barely stays in the foul line.
Indeed, a batter on base with no outs. And now we have number 5, Kellen Siegel, on the mound. And a first pitch hit. It's going to deep Oh, and
take one.
a dive by for the outfielder. He didn't quite get it, so the runners will go, and it will send Flores home. Kellen Siegel, a deep hit to right center field, and the outfielder couldn't quite get to it on the dive, and that is a first pitch third for Kellen Siegel.
That was a nice triple there. It was a deep shot to the right field. I don't know what happened to the right fielder. Maybe he lost track of it in the sun, but he slipped and it benefited Linn-Benton.
That is a momentum shift right there. We're getting right up to the plate. First pitch sent. That could maybe people were even thinking it was a home run coming from it. Now with a runner on third. So the pressure is on Scott right now. First pitch, and that is fouled out right. Number 13, Eden Hazen. So one of the catchers on their lineup, a sophomore. He currently has 8 RBIs on the year, looking to make it 9. That second pitch is outside. That is even it up on the 1-1 count. See, it's like I couldn't quite tell if actually Siegel even knew if that ball was going to be caught. He hesitated a little on the run there, but still managed to get the third. Swung on that third pitch, and that is 1-2 on the count. Still 0 outs for the Roadrunners.
Can't leave this runner stranded on third. You got to put the ball in play and hope we can score.
So, shallow in the batter's box. 1-2 count pitch. That is too high. That will be 2-2 on the count from Scott. Hazen looking to fight off the 2-2, and that once again another outside.
Pitcher can't find the strike zone right now. He needs to dial in. See if he can find it in that third strike.
Scott currently has put himself in quite a predicament here. Runner on third and possibly even walking another batter here. Sent just fouled off by Hazen.
No.
So, and going back to that double by Flores, that should be his third double on the year before he was sent home. Adding the stat sheet. Scott ready to deliver another 3-2 pitch. Once again, it is fouled. A little air under it, but the outfielder not able to get to that one. Eden Hazen putting up a good fight here. Looking to keep this at 0 outs, possibly get himself on base. He's just waiting for Scott to maybe deliver another wide outside pitch. And Scott obliges. This time the ball going low, sending Hazen to first.
Runners in first and third right now. This is an ideal spot for the Roadrunners right now. Let's see if they can capitalize.
That's Hazen's 6th walk on the season. And now there is a runner on first and third with 0 outs still. So, and looking to possibly put more runs on the board here, Mark Carpenter. Scott takes a look at first on the leadoff. Delivers the first pitch. Almost check swing, but first strike for Carpenter. Mark Carpenter listed on the lineup, another flex utility and also a right-handed pitcher. This time taking a stance in the batter's box. 1-1 pitch, and that will be another strike. Starting off 0-2. Maybe a little breathing room for Scott here, possibly on this final pitch. Yeah, but he throws it over to first just to keep the runner guessing.
Yeah, keeping that runner in check so he doesn't get to second base on a stolen base. Make sure they don't have 2 runners in scoring position.
All pressure is on Carpenter right now. Down 0-2. and takes the swing there for just a 1-2-3 strikeout for the first out of the inning. Still plenty of room to work with for the Roadrunners.
I was able to get him to swing on that curveball right there. Pretty good pitch, and now you got one out. And hopefully some momentum building back for Lane.
Now up to the plate, outfielder Landon Lay. So sporting 235 average. Scott still taking a look at first base there. And it looks like a bunt attempt, and it's bunt high in the air, but into the foul territory.
Interesting bunt attempt there. I think it's just trying to get the runner to score and make this game 2-0.
So either that or he's trying to get to second. Might be a difficult position for the third base runner. It's a little bit of an interesting position in the game to be bunting right now, but definitely throwing something different at Scott there. Scott delivers the 0-1 pitch. Another bunt attempt. Once again, foul off right.
You got to get these bunts down. You can't keep on letting them go foul. It's just fundamental right there to get that run in.
So we'll see if Lay sticks to his guns here. He seems to be just sold in on this bunt, trying to advance runners with one out or without one out on the inning. And once again, it's like they're trying to catch him on base, and it looks like they got him in a pickle, but the runner from third will go home, and they get him on the first baseline. However, the Roadrunners will score the first run of the game. They caught him trying to run.
That was a very interesting play right there. The pickoff worked, obviously, as the runner from first took off, and it was good to sacrifice an out for a run, making it 2-0. So now it's empty bases out here, and see what Landon can do.
And you are right, actually. Another mistake by me. That was for their second run of the game. My mistake there. Lay's still up, 0-2, and he swings at a far outside pitch. That will end the inning. Roadrunners, though, increase the lead to 2-0 going into the bottom.
Good inning right there for the Runners. They're able to get 2 runs in, and they're able to get that crazy play, resulting in a run.
So, and here we go. We will be getting ready to get started for the third inning. The Roadrunners currently up 2. We will see you right back here after a short break.
Sounds like this.
A dance floor, DJ, can you turn me up? Everybody in the club, go and put your hands up.
To make it hard for them. A pitch outside.
So, let's see what.
1-2 pitch. Swung on, and that is another strikeout for Stalker. starting the first off with another strikeout. Keeping these Titans in check so far.
Great day for Stalker so far. He's 2 1/3 inning done. He's been looking great so far.
Right now, look, the clouds are starting to move over the sun a little bit. Possibly give the outfielders some grace. So 1-0 pitch. Stalker a little inside, but still called for the first strike. So evens the count at 1-1.
Well inside, but he got the favorable call.
So that one. 2-1 count there.
A little upstairs.
So it's getting a little outside. 3-1 opportunity. Opportunity for the Titans to get on base again.
Oh, right back at the pitcher, and he was able to, what a crazy
My
play.
Goodness.
Right back at him, and he was able to catch the line drive immediately. Stalker's been dealing on the mound, and I guess he's dealing in the field now.
Indeed, he's showing that he can do it all right now in the fielding. Defense is looking high with him leading the way.
Crazy comeback on that one.
Here we have, now with 2 outs, once again, we have Nolan Donovan. First pitch, and for strike 1.
Always starting off the count with that strike. Stalker really knows how to get ahead in the count.
He's really playing in on the inside corner on these left-handed batters here. So 0-1 pitch. This time 1-1.
Astrid, that pitcher shot. Ready, 1, take 1, and ready 4, take 4.
That one going straight low.
2-1 right now. Let's see if he can battle through this count after starting with a strike.
Nolan Donovan, their third baseman, 19 hits on the year. 2-1 pitch. Once again. And now we will have another 3-1 for the Titans hitting.
Oh, wait, that's great. Ready, 5.
So we'll see.
Wait, I'll cut to the dogs in a second.
We'll see if Stalker can get himself out of this one. This one fouled off to the left, and now another full count.
So he'll win this battle between the pitcher right now and the batter.
Stalker's been handling this well. So they've been dealing with the pressure on defense. Once again, sent a little bit low. And that will get the Titans a runner on base on first. 2 outs remaining, but a man on first. Nolan Donovan gets his 11th walk on the year. He also had 10 strikeouts, but was able to fend off that number that time.
Yeah, he won that count right there. Even though Stalker started with an 0-1 count, he was able to battle through and get back to that walk.
So, first pitch. Man on first, takes a little bit of a hop.
Stalker needs to dial it back right now and just remember how he's pitching the first 2 innings and get back to that form.
Here we have back number 6, Tyner. Wasn't able to make it on base last time. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A little bit low. Starting off 2-0 on Tyner here.
Catcher's going over the pitcher right now. Talk to Stalker a little bit. Reminding him, play your game. Hasn't really looked sharp on these last 5 to 6 pitches. Most of them have been balls.
Let's say with performances that start out pretty good like this, you're just looking to be, I mean, all of these athletes are professionals, but I mean, they're perfectionists as well. So they're all looking to do the absolute best they can. Sometimes that puts a little bit more pressure than it actually does freedom on your gameplay.
Yes, it does indeed.
Stalker 2-1, swung on, off to the left, and that looks to be foul. That That one batted in the right direction. That was a home run right there.
Yeah, he had a lot of power on that one, but a little too far to the left.
Watch your focus a bit. Hopefully he doesn't stand right behind the pole. Awesome. Ready for it.
Peyton Turner, 15 hits on the year. Currently up 2-1. Oh, and a straight hit up the middle, right to center field. We'll advance the runners by 1, but that will be it there. But Peyton Turner gets them 2 men on base.
Solid hit right there, right up the middle. Perfect single hit right there. And now they have 2 runners on base, and let's see if they can put some pressure.
They managed to get the correct window and the correct height that no one was able to get to that.
Mm-hmm. Second baseman or shortstop when you got to that.
And now we have again Cody Roletto, one of the the catcher. Now 2 men on base, both leading off right now. First pitch swung on up into the air, currently being decided on, and it'll be left field, settling under it, and an easy catch, managing to get them to strand 2 runners.
Yeah, that was fortunate for the Roadrunners right there. They were able to get at that jam with a nice little pop up to left field.
Now, as Stalker has managed to get them out of that 2 men on base, so we will cut once again to one more break here before the Titans up at bat. Here we have the leadoff hitter, Noah Scher. Started off the game with a strikeout, something that you're not used to seeing from him, and I'm feeling like he's looking to get the momentum back going.
Yes, he is 100%. He was talking about how aggressive he wants to be at the plate in the pregame interview, so let's see if he can do that right now in this at-bat.
Once again, in leadoff position on the inning. And first pitch right up the middle to center field to get him to first base.
Exactly like we were talking about. First pitch, he knows what's going to happen right up the middle, and he does what he does best. He gets on base.
He just needed a quick adjustment period. After that first at-bat, he was ready. There was no hesitation.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. And he doesn't have any he only has 2 stolen bases, so I don't think he's going to be as aggressive as Bryant.
Probably not, but as you just said, Mr. Bryant Starr, who goes for the bunt attempt on the first pitch. Oh, and it's bobbled by the catcher.
Both the catchers letting a lot of balls go past them today. We have 3 of those so far with the catchers dropping the ball.
1 ball.
The bunt attempt from Starr seemed to throw off both pitcher and catcher. Scher didn't even need a steal attempt for that one. It was given right to him. 1-0 pitch. A bunt again. Starr running to first. The pitcher gets it, and it's just, and he's tripped up at the base. Quite a tumble right there.
Another bang play at first. We saw that earlier in the game, and I don't know what happened right there. He might have stumbled on the base, or
it was scrambling quick. The pitcher managed to get the bunt down the left line and get it straight to first. First had to scramble a little bit to get that one, and Starr looked like he was just trying to keep out of the way.
Yeah, and now they have a runner at third, so they might put more runs on the board and make it 3-0.
Quickly, Scher just looking to score right off the bat quick. Here we have Carone back at the plate. First. So it starts off with an 0-1.
Got to put the ball in play just to score that run. It's just, you could put it on the ground, you could pop it up, just get that runner into scoring.
So 0-1 pitch. A little bit outside for Carone.
1-1 count. We'll see what happens next. This is favorable to the hitter, though.
Now 1-1. Swings once again, fouls it off this time directly backwards. Carone it looks like as one will swing swinging for fences. He also leads the team in strikeouts with 17 on the year, but also led the team in walks coming into this game with 11.
See what we can do.
Oh, sends one down deep left field, but it is in foul territory.
That ball was crushed, but unfortunately that ball was way to the left. We'll see if they can get their first home run of the year this game.
It is true. Only one home run on the season between both of these teams. We would hope to see that change today. Scott delivers 1-2 down the third base line, caught by third, and a jumping catch from first base. Cher just managed to evade the tag on third.
Yeah, a lot of collisions at first. We had back-to-back. The runner fell and tripped in the bag again, but another bang-bang play at first. We've seen a lot of those so far. That was perfectly played by Lane right there. He tried to get the tag, but then threw it the first, and he got him out.
And the throws to first have just been a little wild because it's just been some hesitation by the fielder.
See what happens right now with 2 outs. So Lane's in the perfect spot right now.
Scott now has 2 outs. May be able to get out of here and strand a runner on third. First pitch will go for a strike. Start 0-1. Second pitch up will be up for the 1 ball, 1 strike. The Roadrunners sport a 0.382 on base percentage. Pretty decent, but still below the Titans. Third pitch a little bit inside for ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike right now, and this is the hitter's count. So let's see what Foyer can do.
Cher still waiting patiently on third, looking to score. Put the runners up 3-0. Swung on, a little too far to the right.
2-2 count. Let's see if the pitcher can put him away right now.
Griffin Scott started the game and is now up to 3 strikeouts. Now 2-2, looking to make it 4 strikeouts here. And strand at Cher at third. Swung on, little pop up to the left.
A lot of foul balls to the left today, so nothing happened right there.
Well, the pitchers are doing good to have them make contact, but still foul it off. It has been boosted a little bit with all these bunt attempts we've seen early. And swung on again, a little pop up to first base, not quite enough, and they will strand Cher at third.
That's the second stranded runner for Linn-Benton right now, and you can't be doing that in tight games. Those 2 stranded runners might haunt you later on in the game.
Quite a little bit of a missed opportunity by the Roadrunners, but nothing that should put much more pressure on them, especially with a 2-0 lead going into the top of the 4th.
Sounds like this.
Don't rush the process. Only 24 hours and damn, going.
So Morgan swings again, this time left. Oh, he attempts to scoop this ball in outfield. Shallow outfield by left field there.
Yeah, he tried to make a sliding play right now. It looked like he caught it initially, but then the ball trickled out at the end. So that's a nice single right there by Donnie Morgan.
And the freshman Jalen Riddle will follow him up with his teammate now on first. Stalker takes a quick look back at first base. Delivers the first pitch and a little bit outside, but it is called a strike for the first pitch.
Stalker always gets ahead in these counts. It feels like he always throws the first ball as a strike, which really helps him tremendously.
So the movement on his pitches has been quite impressive here. It's like getting quite way past the outside corner. And it'll be a steal attempt. And a quick tag, and he is out at second. Donnie Morgan went for the steal, but is tagged at second base. A good throw.
Yeah. Aiden Hazen gunned him right there. That was a perfect throw. The runner got a good jump, though, but Aiden was way better with his fast pitch. And that was a great way to start to get the first out of the inning for the Roadrunners.
Heck of a way to get your first out there, yeah. So nothing that Jalen Riddle could do but watch his teammate get tagged out.
Yeah.
Stalker throws the first pitch, low and outside.
Also, that was not a good. That was a hard pitch to get him on. Like, that was low and outside, and the catcher still got him out on that.
True. Good dexterity there. And called another strike for the second one. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Riddle here. Chance for Stalker to get to 4 strikeouts on the day as the sun peeks out from behind the clouds again. And it's swing and a miss.
Stalker is dealing right now. That's 4 strikeouts on the day, one per inning, and he is looking excellent today in his outing.
Left fielder number 14, Austin Takahashi.
So, Stalker now ready with 4 strikeouts under his belt. Been great today. Limited experience and limit of pitching on the stat sheet, but has been used as a batter as well. It's like on the batter's box he also has a 273 average, but here showing his skills on the mound.
Yeah, two-way players are great to have for your team if they can pitch excellent like he's doing, and then he can bat amazing. Like, it's great to have on your team.
Stalker is one of the 3 switch hitters. And there's an error right there. Stalker tried to dive for the ball to get Austin Takahashi at first, but couldn't quite get it. Takahashi makes it to first on a little hit that goes straight just to the pitcher.
Yeah, that wasn't Stalker's best play right there, but
Now batting,
Takahashi hustled it out and was able to get a good single for his team to keep up momentum.
Like, error, not quite used to the errors from these Roadrunners, but setting up Contreras.
Pick off.
Stalker wanting to make sure that Takahashi doesn't want to run anymore, but they're trying to throw him out at first there. Just managing to get back. 2 outs still up by 2. A swing from under by Contreras. It's being run back and it is caught, and that will end the inning.
Quick inning there, right there. But another good inning by Stalker, and he has 4 innings pitched, 4 Ks. So he's averaging 1 per inning. So see if he can keep it up.
Any pitching performance that gets you with 0 scores on the bottom of the 4th, that's a good day.
Yep. Trusting his defense out there when the ball's in play, and he's just dealing right now.
Right now, it looks like these two teams competing for the top rank in the NWCA. It looks like right now it's like there's still no one's come out quite ahead that you could say that anything's over quite yet for the bottom of the 4th. Scott will look to continue his time on the mound for the Titans, and it's like he's right behind Stalker in terms of strikeouts, having 3 of his own, managing to keep. It's like the Roadrunners have taken a little more advantage. So just a few of these hits down the center line have been the real deal maker for these Roadrunners, and as we've also seen quite a few bunt attempts from these batters. Like, the strategy's being changed up. They're trying to advance runners. It's been a very interesting pathway for both of these lineups today.
Yeah, but the Roadrunners are taking advantage of their runners on base while Lane is not. Titans are not doing that. Like, they've had opportunities, but have failed to do it because of Stalker. Scott, on the other hand, his defense has allowed some blue hits here and there from center field and some weird plays overall, but we'll see how this game continues in the bottom of the fourth.
Right now you have the Roadrunners who have gotten hits, Chans, Flores, Kellen Siegel, and Noah Scher, all gotten on base. So we've gone through the lineup. We've gone through the lineup for the Roadrunners once, once for both teams. And here we go. The Roadrunners will come
Now
up
batting,
for the bottom of the fourth.
designated hitter, number 19, Chans Flores.
See what Flores can do on this bat. He already has a hit on the day, and let's see if he can continue that.
Their designated hitter. Running for his skills. And a first pitch hit once again. Sent to center field, but this time they managed to get under it.
First pitch. We see first pitch attempt by both teams, and what Noah was talking about earlier, they want to be aggressive on that first pitch and just put the ball in play. We'll see that, and we see that strategy happening right now.
Once again, one of the other batters who has gotten on base, Kellen Siegel, takes the first pitch. That one way outside.
Get a good eye right there.
Siegel also has a stolen base under his belt in this game. We can maybe add to that. That's one called a strike. Be 1-1.
Outside corner of the strike zone seems like it's really heavy on the outside today. Take time so he can clean the plate.
No. Kellen Siegel. Now ready for the 1-1. 1 out in this bottom of the fourth. Pitch delivered. Holds off on it. Ball 2.
Yeah, Siegel's a good eye. He's able to work these counts, and we'll see if he can get on base again with having only 3 walks in the season, but let's see if he can get another one.
Sliding that one outside again. 3-1.
He's working the count. He wants to get back on base.
Starting from an even count, now going to 3. Possible to get on base again. And a strike once again for Scott on the mound.
He's been dealing today, and he has 3 Ks, and let's see if he can get to the 4th one like Emmett has.
Scott now looking for his 4th strikeout, and he gets it with a low pitch, getting him to swing under.
Yeah, both these pitchers are doing with strikeouts, so they each have 4, and they're just going right back and forth with each other.
Pitcher number 13, Hazen.
A sigh of relief there for Scott. So he's looking to even out best he can from the position he's in. They have faith in him to keep him in. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch. Looked pretty down the middle, but called ball 1.
Might need to get that ABS system like they have in the MLB for community college games, because that looks like a strike right there.
So, sadly, I don't think that we have the time on air for that. So thankfully, we'll go by this ump's judgment. We now have Aiden Hazen back up at the plate. Right now, got on base last time with a walk. Now up 2-0. Holds it once again, but this time strike called 2-1.
Yeah, let's see if Aiden can win this at bat either with a hit or a walk. He's at 2-1 right now, so let's see if he can work the count out.
2-1 pitch. Scott delivers. This time sent straight up the middle, a dive. The shortstop got to it and was about to throw, but realized he wasn't going to get there.
Now batting
Almost an incredible play by the shortstop there, but he realized if he threw that ball, it was no point. He was already going to be safe, so smart play by not throwing it. But another hit right up the middle. We've seen that a lot today. Ball going straight at the middle.
That was Contreras. Managed to get a really impressive dive to get that ball, but he's like just not quite quick enough. Had him in a very tough position there. Now Mark Carpenter, the switch a pitcher and hitter back up. First pitch is a ball.
Yeah, Carpenter has a 3.345 average, so he knows how to get the ball in play.
Once again, the Roadrunners are good at really taking advantage. That one was straight up the middle to get right past second base. Second pitch to Contreras. So it'll be another ball. 2-0.
Scott really can't keep on having this 2-0 counts because unlike Stalker, he does not know how to get ahead at the start of the count.
Hazen only has one stolen base on the year. I'm not sure, but they're making sure that he's going to stay on that first base with a throw back to first by Scott.
Yeah, the Titans are making sure nobody steals another base on them. So we'll see. So we'll see a lot of pickoff attempts today.
It's been one of the ways that the Roadrunners have scored today also. It's like with a pickle catching a runner at first that one of the runners is able to go home. Third pitch, this time called strike, 2-1.
Scott's battling back in this count, and let's see if he can win it again.
Scott looks back to first. To steal minimal check swing, and that is strike 2.
Yeah, it was almost a check swing there, but it was called a strike either way. So a 2-2 count. Let's see if Scott can put him away for his 5th K of the day.
Mark Carpenter, only 5 strikeouts on the season. Looking to keep that number low. Check swing, and it turns out he went.
That was a 5th strikeout of the game. Scott's been dealing on the mound. He has more than Stalker now, and let's see if Stalker can respond by getting some more strikeouts.
I'm a little afraid that I might have jinxed him on that one. Trying to say he was trying to keep his strikeouts low, just immediately to be followed. That one had to go to close decision by the umpire. So it looked like that he might have been able to hold it off, but the bat just comes across.
Yeah, Scott's been dealing on the mound, and it's been a pitcher's duel today.
It's been a very interesting weather days though, with changes in lighting at every change in inning almost.
Yeah, we've seen cloudy, we've seen windy, we've seen sunny, so it's been
a fun day so far. But we will be back for the start of the 5th inning for your Roadrunners after this quick break right here.
Another runner on first, which affects Stalker's mind now. So he has to deal with that runner on first instead of the base is clear.
It's been a little bit of a struggle when the ball gets on the ground in the field for both teams. But we'll look to see if the Roadrunners can keep the damage to minimum. First pitch to Quentin Olson. There's a ball for ball 1. Top of the 5th. Still no runs for the Titans. Quentin Olson, one of the freshman outfielders for the Titans. sporting a 3.14 average coming into this game. Second pitch for strike one.
Yeah, Stalker getting back to the count. Get the strike, nice strike in there, and hopefully wins this at bat.
Olsen sporting a pretty decent average, but is 0 for 2.
And we see another pickoff attempt right there. Both teams, they do not want to allow the runners get in scoring position and constantly picking each other off.
With a gap of only 2, it's like, yeah, if they get one guy far enough into scoring position. On a quick, fair ball, which is perfectly down the left field line by Olsen. And it will be a double for Olsen that gets his fellow runner to third.
See, these are the consequences of that early error right there. We have runners on third and second, no outs, so this is where the Titans can capitalize and make it 2-2 with the ball in play.
Coach coming out here to check with Stalker, see how he's feeling.
I would be pretty mad right now because runner on third should not be there right now.
So I think we should get, maybe look, if we get to talk to him quickly, maybe we can get you on the mound. So you might do better than me. I don't think I'd get the ball to the plate, to be perfectly honest. So pitching in the world of baseball, such a like underappreciated skill. It's like just of how many there are, but it's like the skill of pitching just so difficult. All these skilled hitters. It's like even in these like lower college divisions, it's like the absolute velocity that you need to pitch at.
Yeah, but they're still elite. We still have gems of pitchers up here. We'll be fine, and let's see if Stalker can get through this jam right now.
Indeed, the coach believes that he wants to keep Stalker on the mound, see if he can get out of this jam.
We'll see with the first pitch coming up.
Here we see Nolan Donovan. So 0 for 1 on the day. So 2 men on base, 1 on third, and 1 on second with 0 outs. Chance to tie it for the Titans, or maybe even take the lead. First pitch is a strike down the middle.
Perfect first pitch there. Calm down the nerves and get the hitter a little upset right there because he's thinking to get those runs in right now.
A good talk to the coach might be just what Stalker needed here. So starting off 0-1, looking for his 5th strikeout. Swing by Donovan. It gets by second for the out, but it does advance a runner. So that is 1 on the board for the Titans and a man still on third, but 1 out.
Donovan did exactly what he needed to do right there. Put the ball in play, and the runner on third will score and help the Titans climb back into the lead. So now it's 1-2. But now you have another runner on third right now, so you just have to do the same thing, and the game will be all tied up again.
Now Peyton Tyner, 1 for 1 on his batting today. So the man on third, looking to tie this game up. First pitch, held back on the swing, ball 1 for Tyner.
A little high right there, and we'll see his attack on this next pitch.
Sophomore coming in has hit about 64 at bats. Gets to the second base again. It's thrown home, and the tag is not made at home, and Olsen will score, bringing this game to a tie.
Dude, that was a remarkable play. Close play at the plate, but the catcher dropped the ball, so he could not get him out. So we're all squared up again. The Titans did exactly what they need to do right there to put the ball in play and see what the results are.
Just a little. So it might have been better to just throw it to first base there, because now you didn't even get the other out you would have, and they still scored. Now only 1 out, but a man on base. And now starting off with the first pitch strike.
Yeah.
Back up. Cody Roletto, freshman catcher.
See if Stalker can put down some of his angry emotions again out of this inning.
Roletto's 0 for 2 on the day, so maybe a chance for even a double play here. But no, it gets just past second base on a grounder. And now, and once again, advanced 1 out this time. 2 men on first and second. With their designated hitter coming up to bat now. A little bit of a precarious situation.
Now you see what happened. They didn't go for the runner on first, but now they have only 1 out with runners on first and second. So we have the same situation happening. Might have been smarter to go for the second out instead of going for the guy at home.
Donnie Morgan up now, way inside, but it is called a strike. Donnie Morgan 1 for 2 on the day, managing to get on base prior.
Strike zones all over the place. It's just getting on. If you could put it in the box to get this call.
Just the movement on Stocker's pitches, they really do keep you guessing. Still on that, and on that one as well. With now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Stalker needs to calm down a little bit and just get back to that pitching where he was doing in the first and third inning.
He's thrown about 73 pitches currently. And another hit to the same spot, just past second, and advancing the runner. And the lead runner will score, and then Morgan will also get to second base.
Roadrunners are falling apart right now. That was the same hit that happened. Another single right past the second baseman, and then the throw from the right fielder didn't come in clean. They scored another run, and now they have runners on third and second with still 1 out. I still think they should have gone for that second out earlier.
It is proving to be. So first pitch down. Now starting with 1 ball. Jalen Riddle.
Stalker could not find the strike zone right now. He is all over the place, and when he does put it in the zone, it gets hit to the second baseman for a single.
So they will hope to hold possibly one of the runners on third to keep this lead from growing. The Titans have now scored 3 to give them the lead coming into the 5th. Now 2-0 count for number 16 Jalen Riddle. Sporting a .333 average with 12 RBIs. Chance to increase that number by 2. He hits it once again, just missed by the shortstop, and that's advancing one to home. Single by Riddle. On another score.
The Titans are raking right now. They're hitting the ball, putting it in play all the time, and now they're just scoring it over and over again. They're dominating this 5th inning right now, and I don't think the Roadrunners have an answer.
Right now they're caught. Every hit has been just outside of the fielder's range. The shortstop and second baseman have just been punished.
Yeah, this is just not. The Titans are doing exactly what they need to do. They're putting the ball in the perfect spot so the Roadrunners can't get it and scoring more runs. Now we have third and first with 1 out still, so let's see if they can cause a double play and get out of the inning.
Stalker will remain on the mound as Austin Takahashi comes back up to the plate. So Stalker currently approaching 80 pitches. Right now the coach, after already having a talk with him, probably thinking more that this may be his last inning coming into this, as the first strike is now at the plate. Titans are now up 4-2.
Yeah, the Titans or the Roadrunners didn't fall for that. They're right there to score a run. So now it's second and third because of that stolen base.
Jalen Riddle manages to advance himself as well with a steal there. No contest by the Roadrunners. Second pitch fouled off to the far left.
Yeah, it's 0-2 right now, so Stalker needs to put him away and get back on that strikeout spree.
Takahashi only has one RBI on the year with 2 men on base here. Possible to increase those numbers. Comes the pitch, and it hits Takahashi right in the back. Now the bases are loaded with 1 out, and the coach comes right out. It's looking like this might be the end of Stalker's day.
Yeah, you can't do that on a 0-2 count. You have 2 strikes, you're 1 away from getting him out, and then you hit him on an inside pitch, and now the coach is coming out, and it's clear they're bringing another pitcher to come in. So let's see. Can we see the pitcher coming in?
It's definitely a little rattled. There will indeed be a pitching change. Stalker, after 82 pitches, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks.
40.
And now coming in, we'll have the new pitcher for you momentarily. Right now, it's like the Roadrunners will look to regroup as the coach talks with them. Currently down to something that can definitely be overcome. So, being told, number 40
everybody else give me a different straw. Other than Astrid, everybody else.
And now, our new pitcher for the Roadrunners currently warming up be Cooper Udishtu, and currently a freshman, a right-handed pitcher from Portland, Oregon, looking to see if he can bring the Roadrunners out of this inning. Currently, still precarious. One out with 2 men on base. Currently, it's looking dire, and it's looking like that they, even with getting out of this inning, they might be looking at one more run getting on this board.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate way for Stalker's day to end. He was dealing in the first 4 innings. In the 5th inning, it all fell apart. With that first error by the shortstop and then just letting a bunch of hits go through.
It's quite a slippery slope in this game of baseball. All it takes is one hit to change the momentum. Unless the other team is up by something like 10, there's always a chance to come back, as there's no time limit in baseball. It's just as long as you make all of the most effort on your attempts, it's like there's a good chance that you can make yourself a comeback.
Yeah, we'll see if Cooper can get him out of this jam. Its base is loaded, though, so the possibility of a grand slam is definitely it's a small chance because they've only hit 1 home run as a combined between the 2 teams. But we'll see. We'll see if they can get more runs in.
Well, Lane has hit 0 home runs on there, and it's like this would be quite the fortunate time for them to get their first home run of the year, to hit a grand slam with currently all the people on base here, and that would push their lead to 7.
Number 40, Cooper Udishtu.
That'd be a heartbreaker. That'd be the dagger basically for the game.
Number 23, Sebastian Contreras.
Cooper Udishtu now gets to face against Contreras. His first pitch, very far outside, and that is a wild pitch that will let the runners advance. On the first pitch, a score by the Titans.
I think that was the worst thing besides a grand slam. Besides putting the ball in play,
you can't get much worse.
That was the worst thing. A very outside fastball bet.
It's a lot of pressure coming in on Cooper Udishtu. Sadly, with just not, it's like already in such a dire situation to come in. Now having to shake off that early wild pitch that lets a run go through. So now starts off with 2 balls coming into Contreras.
Yeah, runners at 2nd and 3rd, and now there's no chance of the double play opportunity. He really puts the stress off Contreras.
2-0 pitch. Once again, you just use the pitches are looking real, like they are seeking that low outside corner from Contreras. Contreras hasn't needed to contest anything yet with 3-0.
Yeah, all the balls are about the outside corner, very outside. So let's see what this 4th pitch can offer.
And once again, high, way outside, and once again the bases are loaded with Contreras going up to first.
Yeah, this is a bad start for the Roadrunners with the new pitcher. It's just pass ball and another walk, and now you have bases loaded opportunity again for the Titans.
That is Contreras' first walk of the year coming in. Thanks to Cooper Udishtu. So it is one of his early performances playing for the Roadrunners. A lot of pressure on him. Currently, the Titans have now extended the lead, are now up 5-2 at the top of the 5th. There's 1 out.
He has not thrown a strike so far. It's been 5 straight balls. Cannot find the strike zone so far.
Looks to correct that here. That one was a little more on target, but still outside. 2 balls once again to start.
Cannot find the 6 balls. That was a little closer, but still high. 6 balls to start his pitching debut today.
2-0 pitch by Udishtu. He finally gets that strike there.
Hopefully that can build some momentum and he can throw some more strikes and get out of this inning.
What he'll really want is a grounder that sets them up for a double play just to get them straight out of this inning with no one else scoring. Keep the lead by 3. Pitch just a little bit high, now up 3-1.
Yeah, he found that strike, but still, he can't permanently find it with another ball. And let's see if walks another batter and scores.
Freshman Cade Feltz looks to advance on a walk here, but he hits it. Oh, and it's bobbled by Udishtu, but he gets it and gets it to first base, but a runner will advance.
Yeah, that was Kay did good right there. He put the ball in play right off the pitcher's glove, and he scored a run. So that's the 6th run of the day for the Titans, and they're just this 5th inning's been madness so far.
7th RBI there for Cade Feltz. A recovery by Udishtu, able to get at least 2 outs. There are 2 men on base, 1 on third and second. And now Quentin Olson will be up next at bat. 1 for 3 on the day.
Catcher calls a timeout, talk to his pitcher about finding the strike zone some more.
This is one where they really need to get out of this inning. This is just it's like you just got to forget about the lead at this point, down 6-2. They just need to get out here, be able to regroup, and hopefully put some runs on the board in their next inning.
Yeah, we'll see what happens after this talk with the catcher and the pitcher, but hopefully they're able to get out of this jam right now. The first pitch being a strike.
The ump is setting his cards up right and now ready to go again. Quentin Olson, 2 outs. First pitch to him is a little outside.
Still can't find the strike zone. That's very unfortunate right now for the Roadrunners, but hopefully he can get a ball in play and get out of this inning.
Plenty of opportunity to improve the situation. This time goes the other way. Another one of a wild pitch, but gathered in time.
Yeah, the runners didn't try to go on that fastball. It looked like they might have had an opportunity, but luckily for the Roadrunners, the Titans did not try to steal.
Aiden Hazen has had quite a time now having to field a bunch of these wild pitches with the late struggles by Stalker and now some of these early struggles by Udishtu. 2-0 on the count. Pitch is outside again. An impressive grab by Hazen right there. Had to go to pivot on his knee.
But again, he still can't find the strike zone. He's very outside right now. 3-0, and we'll probably see another walk coming up.
3-0 pitch. This time he finds the middle. Finally able to get a strike on the board. Olson was just looking for the easy walk, but Udishtu was able to hold off.
Yep, 3-1 count. Let's see if he can battle through again.
This time swung on, and the second base is able to cover it and get it to second to finally get the Roadrunners out of this inning. It's a disastrous turn of events for the defense that had been holding strong through the first 4 innings. Crumbles in the 5th, and they managed to even get another score on there. The Titans now up 7-2. Cooper Udishtu up on 14 pitches sees a lead increase by 5.
Yeah, that was a disastrous 5th inning for the Roadrunners right there, allowing 6 runs in the 5th inning. And let's see if they can battle back with their bats. Their bats have been hot today. So
They have full ability to still put some competition into this game. And the scoreboard's now been corrected. They did not actually get to 7. They are still at 6 runs, still 6-2 lead for the Titans. And Scott will remain on the mound. His day has been very efficient today. 5 strikeouts, only 2 walks, 65 pitches. And now he has kept the defense to keep the Roadrunners at 2 and allowed his team to take a bigger lead going into the bottom of the 5th.
It must feel great coming back out on the field up 4 runs now. You went from being down 0-2, and now you're up 6-2. So, I feel like a lot of that stress is off of his back now.
It's crazy how the momentum can change. It's like just quickly. It's like 0-2. It's like that's a decent lead, and now it's like wow, that's definitely a better lead.
Yeah. We'll see how he does with this newfound cushion, I guess you could say, and we'll see if the Roadrunners can put some more.
He can't be lackluster going into it. It's like no, but he'll need to keep that strikeout count rising because we have seen plenty of success still from our Roadrunner batters.
Right fielder number 9, Landon Lay.
And looking to kick it off is Landon Lay. So now down by 4. Roadrunners are going to have to get a change of pace going to start the bottom of this 5th inning.
Yeah, we'll see what the first pitch coming right now.
First pitch immediately swung on, far left field, and it bounces, and he's going to be able to at least get to second. And the outfielder's bobbling it, but he still manages to get it back to the infield.
Just like we were talking about, the Roadrunners bats were hot today, and they immediately back up their pitchers by putting. And Landon Lay immediately puts the ball in play and gets a double for the Roadrunners and puts some more momentum in the dugout right now.
Landon Lay, coming into this with a 235 average, is now on second base, looking to start to eat into the lead. Now he started off the momentum well for this Roadrunners at bat. And now back up, he goes from him to the leadoff hitter Noah Scher, who saw last time first hit on base to get him going, and now he's looking to continue his streak.
This is exactly what you want. You want your lead up. You want your leader of the team up, Noah Scher, and let's see if he can put the ball in the play and score another run.
Noah Scher looking to possibly get Lay home. He swings and a miss on a low pitch.
That's all right, though. It's still a 1-1 count, and I still think he can. I think he still knows how to battle through these counts.
Lay's going to look to be a little safer on the bases here. They can't afford to get picked off. A 1-1 count, third, and a check swing, but it is called and said that he went. Scher now down 1-2. Yeah. He tried to pull that back way too late.
Yeah, Scott got him on the curveball right there. He tried to pull away, but did not get it in time.
So once again, he started off today with a strikeout, hoping to hold that off for now. But Scott looking for his 6th strikeout. Pitches down, and it's swung on. It's dropped, but then he is tagged by the catcher. Noah Scher out.
Yeah, Scott has that dangerous curveball. He's got multiple batters on it today with 6 strikeouts now, and he's dominating the Roadrunners today.
So, this is not something that Noah Scher is used to.
Yeah.
Is used to seeing. It's like he has not struck out much this year. It's like it wasn't a strikeout, but it's like he's been caught swinging a little bit this game. And now here's Bryant Starr again, starting off first pitch, fouled off left.
Yeah, Bryant Starr has a lot of speed, so if he just gets the ball in play, he might be able to beat out the throw at first base and advance the runner.
Bryant Starr, one of the dangerous base runners today. He even added another stolen base to his team leading total in the early parts of this game. Right, currently down 0-1 on the count. Man on second. Scott looks back, and a outside ball. Currently Scott holding the Roadrunners back.
And has 6 strikeouts on the day. Only allowed the 2 runs, but he's been pretty efficient on the mound, and I'll see if he can get Bryant Starr to chase something right now.
I don't think they count, sadly. Sadly for his stat sheet, I don't think they count that tag out as a strikeout, sadly.
We'll see.
Oliver, can I get a shot of somebody else, please?
Now 2-1. Scott look back. Around 70 pitches for Scott. He's been very efficient today. Sends it down in a swing by Bryant Starr. They'll even up the count at 2-2.
Yeah, Scott's fought back in this count. Let's see if he can put him away for his another strikeout.
Bryant Starr also only 6 strikeouts on the year. So he fully has the ability to battle it off, and he swings at an outside pitch. That'll send him out. 2 outs now. Landon Lay was forced to watch from second, not able to move.
Yeah, Scott got him the chase again, and that's another strikeout. He's just been after that first double, he battled back with 2 strikeouts, and let's see if he can go for the third after the double.
It looks like he's feeling it right now. It's like he's in his zone. He feels like, especially confidence when you're able to get the leadoff hitter Noah Scher. So when you're able to get him out at twice out of 3 times, you get a lot of confidence coming up against number 11 Boston Cron.
Yeah, he got both of the best batters. He got Emmett and Bryan out, so now he must be feeling it.
Boston Cron only 4 RBIs, hoping to increase that to 5 and get Landon Lay home. Scott turns around, makes sure that Landon Lay stays on second.
So we have
Is Oliver still on his
Caron currently up 1-0. He swings in an outside pitch to even up the count.
Yeah, 1-1 count. This seems like Scott. He's had the formula all day. He throws that first ball, but then he gets back in the count with 3 straight strikes to get the strikeout.
Austin Caron looking to make his first impact on the day. Currently 0 for 2. He has sported 11 hits on the year. Here comes the pitch, and it's bobbled by the catcher. That's going to advance a runner to the third.
Yeah, that makes it so that if he gets a single, any single, that the run will score. Another passed ball. We've seen it a lot today. The catchers just they aren't being able to get the low balls.
Lay finally able to move from his designated spot on second for a while there. So he was looking to move quickly. Not quite able to get there, but until now. Now Caron, it is up to Caron to possibly get him home here. Currently up 2-1 and away outside. Now he is up 3-1.
Yeah, he's up in the count. So hopefully
Currently he has some room to work with right now. He can try to get a hit to try to advance Lay home, or he can try to play it safe. If he has an obvious pitch, he needs to take it and get on base. Pitch by Scott, swung and caught immediately straight to the third baseman. That will end the bottom of the 5th, and the Roadrunners stranded their runner. Now coming in the top of the 6th. We will be right back with you after this short break.
Sounds like this.
Don't rush the process. Only 24 hours and damn going good.
Through moss, through trees, through cut up leaves, through dirt and soot and bloody jeans. It's just a dance for DJ. Can you turn me up? Everybody in the club, go and put your hands.
We welcome you back here to Dick McLean Field. Now the Roadrunners currently back on defense. They have brought in a new pitcher, which will be Dax Teixeira, 6'5", a 6'5" right-handed pitcher. So sadly, Udishtu was not able to relieve very well when they brought him in, so they felt another pitching change was needed. And we will see if they'll change the flow on defense for the Roadrunners. So his first pitch, looking like a good one. It's like we're starting off with a strike here, so that is already a big positive for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, he's already doing better. He found the strike zone.
It's like a very smooth pitching motion by the 6'5" athlete here, but also a freshman. Very interesting to see someone so young, this tall and moving like this. Like,
yeah, he's already doing better. He's already throwing the same amount of strikes as Cooper last inning, so it's better for the Roadrunners.
Looking to just keep no more runs earned. Up 1-2, a low pitch just below the strike zone. Currently trying to fend off number 15, Nolan Donovan. 2-2 pitch, swung on just out of the reach of second base and fielded. And he's going for second. They have a chance to get him. And it just manages to get there after he gets safe on the bag.
Some aggressive base running right there by the Titans, but it paid off, and they got another double. This is how they started last inning.
That was indeed a bold move by Donovan. It's like he saw the center fielder field that ball and still chose to outrun it. He decided, I'm going to beat you with speed today.
And he did that very much so. And a bit of aggressive up 4-2, or up 6-2, but still, and allowing them to build back on their lead.
It's been and they try to catch him. They try to catch him lacking at second with a quick turnaround by Teixeira, but no dice there. It's been a rough day for Kellen Siegel at second base there. Everything has just been hit just quite out of his reach. Where it's like no dive would be able to get him there.
Indeed.
So he feigned the bunt.
Quick bunt attempt right there by Peyton. I would think it was just a fake though, so I don't think he's gonna actually go.
Peyton Tyner, currently 1 for 2. Was not able to get on base last at bat. Teixeira, another bunt, and this time it's done very well, and he is able to get to first while advancing Donovan to third. A very well executed bunt.
That was a very, very well executed bunt. He made the run. He passed the runner to the third, and he had the speed to beat it out at first. The Titans are showing their speed to the Roadrunners today, and clearly it's working out.
It hit just the right spot right between the mound and home plate. They both had to run for it. Teixeira was unable to get it to first in time. First pitch, and there was another. I couldn't tell if that was a bunt or if he was just trying to get out of the way, but it still managed to hit his bat and go straight up, foiling Tyner's steal attempt.
Yeah, I was trying to be a nice suicide bunt right there and try to get the runner in and also steal the base. But we'll see if he does that again on the second pitch.
Cody Roletto. And there will be no contest this time. Another steal attempt by Tyner. This time it gets him to second with no contest. That time Roletto chose to just let Tyner run and not try to interfere there.
Yeah, there's no need to interfere right there.
Curious of the conversations you have. It's like if you're so I'm gonna hit. Oh, and there was a chance to get him at home, but the catcher was unable to field it. Roletto was able to advance Donovan home, and Tyner able to get to third on that grounder.
Yeah, just more mistakes by the Roadrunners. Third baseman throws it at home, and that's a horrible throw way outside, and it goes past the catcher, and now allowing another run to score.
Aiden Hazen has been really good behind the plate, able to stop most of these wild pitches, but that time just a little bit of a low throw getting past him.
Yeah, runners at first and third again with no outs. This is very similar to last inning, and they're just destroying the Roadrunners right now.
Now Donnie Morgan facing off against Teixeira. Teixeira, open pitch, low, bobbled again, and Roletto will now steal. Slid past the bag a little bit there, but manages to dive back.
It seems like a formula that the Titans have to get a runner on first and third steal, and then they get the runners in by like wild pitches or just more hits.
You weren't quite expecting Roletto to run for that, but it seems that they're trying to just be aggressive. They have a chance to push this lead. The lead is now 7-2 with that score by Donovan. Teixeira looking to get out of this, but still no out. A man on third and second. 2-1 pitch coming in. And that time straight down the middle for strike 2.
Yeah, I need to get this strikeout right now. Make sure the ball's not in play and they get the first out of the inning.
They're dug quite into a hole here. And the change of momentum they wanted with Teixeira not starting off, but a chance to maybe change his fate a little bit here. That time low and outside.
Almost got past the catcher again with these low and outside pitches, but he's able to recoup and get the ball.
They're asking a lot of Aiden Hazen right now. There's only so much he can do with how much he's been diving around today. Now, full count, 3-2 pitch by Teixeira. And he's able to get the strike call for the first out of the inning and his first strikeout of the game.
That was very much needed right there. It was a 50-50 call, but it went the Roadrunners' way, and that's a great rebound from what's going on at the start of this inning.
Jalen Riddle, part of that little scoring series for the Titans last inning, up here now with another chance to advance runners for some scores. Teixeira starts out with a strike on the first pitch to Riddle. And a little pop hit that perfectly goes over Siegel to get him to first, advancing one runner and now two.
Two runners just scored right there on another base hit to second base. It is not Siegel's day right now, and now it's 9-2, and the Roadrunners are falling apart.
There's just nothing that Siegel really could do. All these hits have just been so far out of his reach, just perfectly over. That one, just particular, was in the perfect spot between him and the outfield, so there was just nothing for him to do.
Yeah, the Roadrunners went out now and running on first, and they just got to get out of this inning without any more runs.
Now the energy become a lot more dreary. Now that the Titans have taken a 9-2 lead, coming into now just the top of the sixth. Still 3 innings to go. Still a chance if the Roadrunners are able to put in an impressive scoring series in their next at bats.
Yeah.
Right now, Austin Takahashi up once again. So, second pitch outside for Teixeira.
Another outside pitch, and that's just been the theme of the day. All these outside balls that just can't be throwing those.
Takahashi has struck out once this game. Right now Teixeira only has 1 strikeout to his name. Gets Takahashi to swing there. Foul out. Right now 1-2. Right now chance for Teixeira to get Takahashi his second strikeout on the day. Get the second out.
Outside pitch again. That's just... It was almost called strike 3, but a little too outside.
He's looking to get him to chase here, but so look, right now you're at 2-2. And just wanted to keep this man from advancing from first. That one more direct and gets him to swing and a miss. Once Austin Takahashi's second strikeout of the day and the second strikeout for Dax Teixeira.
It's good. That's what you need, another strikeout. And with 2 outs now, you can just get the simple out at first or second with the balls on the ground. Get out of this inning.
2 outs remaining. To bring up a batter. Oh, another wild pitch outside, and that is gonna let Riddle advance. Once again, to the left side of the catcher. He has just not been able. They have not been able to keep it within the box.
Yeah, this has been rough so far for the Roadrunners. A lot of pass balls, and this has just led to more runners being on scoring position for the Titans.
Contreras currently 0 for 2 on the day. They've been able to keep him from getting on base. Second pitch, ball for 2-0. Contreras did show an impressive dive for a ball there to keep it from going to the outfield in one of the defense innings for the Titans. Here he's looking to make an impact on the batter's box. Oh, and an impressive turnaround. They were going to catch him in a pickle, but an error allows Riddle to go from second to home. He was trying to get it to the second baseman, but couldn't, but it goes under him and goes to the outfield.
That was just a horrible... they almost had him picked off, but then it was just a bad throw by the pitcher underneath the second baseman's leg and went to the outfield. And now it is 10-2 with Titans destroying the Roadrunners right now.
It was a very savvy turnaround by Teixeira, but just a bad throw, and the second baseman wasn't able to field it properly.
Yeah, this has been rough so far.
2-0 pitch to Contreras, and he finally gets a strike called for 2-1. But now it's just looking real grim for the Roadrunners right now after they just let it get to double-digit scoring for the Titans. And Contreras barely manages to get that swing off, but now gets himself in a 2-2 situation.
Yeah, I guess that was a check swing right there, so hopefully he can strike this batter out and get to the next inning.
Teixeira looking to just get out of this inning, and he gets a no-swing strike called, and finally gets them out of there, but not being able to stop the Titans' scoring escapades. 10-2. So, Leo, it's like to do it. Should we hold out too much hope if we're going in, or do you think that this might be the beginning of the end already?
There's not innings there are left. The Roadrunners needs to get 2 runs. The Roadrunners need to get 2 runs per inning just to tie the game at the end of the ninth. So this has to be a good inning. Like, you cannot have another scoreless inning right now. You need to score some runs to gain some momentum right now, because the Titans have all the momentum right now.
I think even if they manage to get 1 in this inning, they just need to give themselves some confidence going into this final, going into the final parts of the game. It's like if they can make it to the 9, if they made it to the 9th with no scores going in, it might be too late. But if they can get even 1 in this next inning, I think they can build confidence there. If you can chip down the lead right before you get to the 9th, and you get to the 9th and you're still down, then you really got to just go for the big. You got to go for the big hits. You got to go for the home runs. So right now though, you might need to play on the possibility that Lane might relax a little bit. You're up 10-2. You might relax a little bit when you're up 8 in a baseball game.
Yeah, but we have a new pitcher into the game, Sam Wilson, and he's replacing. And Scott did an amazing outing. 5 innings, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. Like, there's nothing better for him to do, and now there's no need for him to stay in the game. So they're brought in the backup, and let's see how Sam Wilson can do.
So, Sam Wilson going up against Jackson Farah, outfield 0 for 2 on the day, and he does a little half swing there for strike 1.
Yeah, well, the ball needs to get put in play right now or something. You can't just look and get another strikeout.
So right now, all pressure off. All the outfielders for Lane pretty far back, just looking to stave off any possible big hits and big advancements. Farah currently down 0-2. Wilson looking to start his day off right, and that one is fouled off. Just managing to keep it away from a strikeout there.
Yeah, he's staying alive right there, just trying anything. He barely got a piece of that ball, so he gets another pitch.
After this pitch. Oh, no graphic anymore?
No, wait. No, we're gonna Brady.
Farah then swings at a similar pitch going low, and that is a strikeout to start Wilson's day on the mound. Right now, the Roadrunner batting just not where it should be right now. Not what we're used to, especially on their 4-game winning streak so far.
Yeah, Sam Wilson keeping up where Scott left behind, just more strikeouts and just domination.
Chance Flores waits on the first pitch, a little high.
Sam Wilson trying to keep up where Griffin Scott left off with more strikeouts.
So in there, he gets another strike there. So currently, Chance Flores. So that's in at seven strikeouts on the year. No stolen bases, 5 walks, and he just manages to keep the swing off there. Now up 2-1. So the Roadrunners just looking for any desperate attempt at offense here, just to even open up the channel to allow them to stave a comeback here. And that time, though, he's caught looking.
Yeah, that seems like the theme is either get caught looking or swinging on a curveball low, and counts 2-2. And let's see if Wilson can put away another batter.
Flores takes a swing on an inside pitch, and that's fouled off to the right.
Staying alive again right now, but still 2-2. He's still in that strikeout zone, so let's see if Wilson can capitalize again on another strikeout.
Wilson sets up for the 2-2 pitch, looking for his second strikeout, delivers, and it is swung on again, but once again, far out right by Farah. Farah looking to stay alive, do anything he can, set himself up for a big hit here to get on base.
Yeah, he's battling in this count right now. Let's see what happens with the payoff pitch.
Flores takes a second. Delivers, and he hits it up the middle again, but it is just the center field did not even need to move to get to that one. Right to him there. 2 outs.
Yeah, that was straight to the center fielder right there. He didn't need to move, and 2 outs in this inning, and it looks like another quick one for the Titans, and more scoreless innings for the Roadrunners.
Well, now here's someone that I think, though, has just the chance to take his anger out on this Titans defense. Kellen Siegel, who's been having to deal with many tough hits. In the first pitch, he swings on it hard, but for strike one, doesn't manage to get it. It's like at this point they need to dig deep for anything that they can get. Kellen Siegel, hopefully he can hit one of these balls with all his might just to get the Roadrunners back on the board here. Second pitch in. This time a little too far high and outside.
Yeah, Siegel might need to take some of his anger out right now, and that'll maybe could provide a spark in this Roadrunners defense or offense.
Siegel ready for the 1-1 pitch. Delivers. And once again, a really lengthened swing by Siegel. He's really trying to get contact, just not able to get there.
Yeah, 2 strikes again. He'll get another strikeout this inning.
Wilson 1-2. Wilson looking for a second, and this time he manages to make contact but fouls it off left.
Yeah, that was a good hit right there, at least putting the ball in play to stay alive. And we'll see this next pitch, and it's still 1-2, so Wilson's still ahead in the count.
Still fighting, hoping to keep alive. Oh, and he stays there. He was willing to take the hit if that pitch was going to hit him, but he just managed to stay inside. Now up on a full count. Siegel has the chance to get on base with a walk.
Yeah, he check swing there to stay alive, and let's see where this pitch comes.
Pitch, and he swings on it. Swing and a miss. That is another strikeout. 2 for Sam Wilson in his first inning on the mound.
Yeah, Wilson dominated that inning. He struck out he got 1, 2, 3 outs right there. 2 strikeouts. 2 strikeouts and 1 base hit right to the center fielder. So no problem with it for Sam Wilson right there. 3 up, 3 down, and
and now
the one you said there.
And now we have another pitching change coming into the 7th inning. Tyson McGorty, who I originally thought was going. Sorry, Talon McGorty. It is Talon McGorty. He is a one who certainly has the potential to pull the Roadrunners out. He won last week Pitcher of the Week compared with his other NWCA pitchers. At first, I thought that he was the starter today because of the notes I had, but we do finally get to see him today, which is good for the Roadrunners.
Maybe he should have started today, and the game would have gone different.
It is possible,
but Starker didn't do bad.
He has the chance to prove that now.
Yeah, and I think the stress is off of him because it's 10-2. There's not really anything.
We just need to keep the mentality. As long as we are not in the final stretch of the 9th, there is still a chance.
Another pass ball there, or drop ball, but 3 innings left, top of the 7th, and this has been the Titans' day so far.
This should be one they might be able to take advantage. Cade Feltz is 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout. And he gets the strike there for a 1-1. It's like 1-1 pitch from McGroarty. Loads up. He swung and that one up the middle, but that one's caught by the shortstop. He might be able to get it to a leaping catch by Boston Caron, but he's not able to get the tag.
Yeah, that was an incredible play by the shortstop there, but the throw caused the first baseman to jump off the bag and not be able to get the outs. So another good start for the Titans as they get another runner on first.
That was so close to being one of those hits that the Titans have gotten this one where it's just out of the reach. But this time the Roadrunners were able to get to it, but just the catch was just too high for Caron.
Yeah, and we'll see it. We'll see if
So first pitch to Olsen, going in for the first strike. McGroarty looks back at first and sends in the second, and it is a swing, and it is a foul short right.
Yeah, that would have been better if it's. That's actually. Yeah, got him down 0-2 in the count right now, so hopefully he can get this pitch in there and strike him out to get some momentum building for McGroarty.
Olsen is also Olsen 1 for 4 on the day with a strikeout as well. McGroarty has a chance to put that to 2. Sends in the pitch, and it is swung on shallow left, and it bounces and stays fair, and it has managed to advance. And it might have advanced him to second, but the lead runner did not go, staying on second. Now there's a man on first and second.
Third baseman, number 15.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate right there where the pitcher allowed a blue pit to the left fielder, and now the Titans have runners at first and second with, again, no outs.
The pitching for the Roadrunners has just been under all battle today. McGroarty has already gotten 2 men on base, no outs. Now starting. Okay. So he looks back at second, sends in the pitch for a first pitch. For first pitch strike, starting 0-1. Nolan Donovan, who we saw manage to get on base at his last at bat.
Go double for now. Ready, 4, take 4. Go double for now, and then this after he pitches it, go back to just him.
0-1 to Donovan. A little low and outside.
Yeah, 1-1 count so far, and hopefully he's able to get out of this jam, but the way that things have gone today, I don't think he will be.
Talon McGroarty. So a talented pitcher. As we said, earned pitcher of the week last week. It's a 5 ERA. Manages to get Donovan to swing on that one to foul it off to the left. Now we get a 1-2 count.
Yeah, 1-2 count. Hopefully he can get he can get a strikeout here and just help the team out.
The Titan base runners wait patiently. It's like 0 outs, little pressure on them right now with an 8-run lead. Right now, McGroarty is looking to get his strikeout on this pitch, and it's sent to first base, but he bobbles it and sends it hit between him and second, and there will be no chance to get anyone out. It stays in field, but sadly, the first baseman is not able to catch it in the glove, and now once again the bases are loaded, an all too familiar sight.
Yeah, this is not good. Another error by the first baseman in the infield, and now you have loaded bases, no outs, another error, and the momentum is with the Titans. This is just Titans are gonna have a chance at another grand slam opportunity, and we'll see if the Roadrunners are able to pull out of here with only allowing 1 run.
They were all. So I take it that Lane has not hit a home run this season. The risk for a grand slam is not that high. However, it's never to rule out. Here we have Peyton Tyner again, who is 2 for 3. He's managed to get on bases multiple times and even has an RBI. And here he is he's quite in the position to extend this lead over 10. First pitch from McGroarty is a ball low.
Yeah, they can't allow another walk. They cannot allow another run in as counts 1-0, and hopefully Talen's finds the strike zone.
Guys, when you're showing multiple players,
Pitch from McGroarty. This time called 2 balls.
2 balls right there. He cannot find the strike zone. He's a little rattled right now, and hopefully he doesn't walk in a run.
Substitution for a Chons. Wait, no. Sorry about that.
A ball hits a short stop.
And
a double play right there. A line drive right to the shortstop. He caught it, threw it back to second, and the runner on second was not paying attention. So that was perfect right there for the Roadrunners. 2 outs now with runners on first and third. That was perfect, right? That was a perfect outcome for the Roadrunners.
Catching a little bit of a break there. Right, that's a substitution. The Roadrunners have put in Jacob Lindstrom in at left field. So he will be batting.
They almost had a triple play right there, but that was honestly the perfect scenario that could have happened for the Roadrunners. 2 outs now, and hopefully they're going to be able to get out of this jam.
McGroarty sends the first pitch, and it is a first pitch strike.
Yeah, hopefully getting out of a bases loaded jam with no runs scored and no outs.
Cody Roletto. Oh, another pitch to the outside, but this time it is caught by Hazen.
A good stop right there. A really good stop right there to not allow another run come in.
Titans managed to keep the man on third, so still a chance to score for them, but 2 outs. Roadrunners have a chance to stop anymore.
Counts 1-1, and hopefully Talon can get out of this.
Grote delivers the pitch, swung on by Rolello, and is sent to first, and the first baseman once again bobbles it. He is not able to get the out. He sends it to first for the runner, but is not able to get the tag there either.
Another unforced error as the Roadrunners give up 2 runs off of a bad throw from the third baseman. That was a little low for the first baseman. He was not able to catch it. And 2 runs score. That could have been a perfect ending for them with no runs allowed, but more errors allowed, and now it's a 10-run lead for the Titans.
So now it is Donnie Morgan coming up with 2 outs with a man on first. The bases are cleared, but the Titans add 2 more runs. Donnie Morgan, one of the sophomore outfielders, he sports 2 on-base successes on the day for his 4 attempts, 1 strikeout, but it doesn't look like strikeouts are really anything that the Titans are worrying about right now.
Yes, they just need to get out of this inning, but they're up 10 now, so this game looks like it might be starting to become over.
Grote on the 0-1, he sends in it's a little high. Donnie Morgan, also part of that pitching rotation for the Titans.
Yeah, another dual pitcher.
In a little bit of a check swing by Morgan. Now 2-2 on the counts.
Hopefully they can get out of this inning, and this 4th, 5th, and 6th inning. The 5th, 6th, and 7th inning for the Roadrunners has been horrible. 10 runs allowed.
This is the chance to get out of the inning here. McCourty delivers. And Morgan thought about going, but just held off. Full count for the Roadrunners here.
Yeah, the runner on first is going to steal, obviously, on this play. Get a little ahead, but we'll see how this final pitch goes for the at-bat.
So a 3-2 pitch. Gordy sends. And just fouled off left. This is extends the bat.
Yeah, we'll see how it is. So the runner obviously is going to go again off after this pitch, or he's going to obviously steal to get that lead, and we'll see where the final pitch ends up.
And this time it's sent up the middle, but this time it's read well by the shortstop, and this time a successful catch by first base.
So they're
finally
able to get out of the inning. I know only 2 runs there, but that's still bad. The 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, they allowed 12 runs, and this game's starting to become over, don't you think?
It's getting about there, but that's something that Boston Karan needed. He needed a successful catch there. So it is quite, and we'll see Wilson warming up on the mound again as we come into the bottom of the seventh inning stretch for these fans out here. It's like the Albany crowd, sadly, probably not as happy as they were hoping to be for their Linn-Benton Roadrunners, who have just sported a very successful season, but this is an off day for them. Very clearly, this is an off day. Because overall 14-2 record, it's like this is not. They are going against one of the other top ranked teams. However, it's just really something. It's like the errors, especially around first base on this game. It's a lot to put on. That's a lot of pressure to put on someone, and sadly, we have to put it on Boston Karan today.
Yeah, this has not been an ideal start. So they have 3 innings left. They're down 10. They got to get at least 3 runs here, or 4 runs, or something to spark up the offense.
Calling it impossible is naive by me in the world of sports, but it's going to be difficult. But let's hope they put their best effort forward.
I've seen crazier things in sports. I've seen 16 seeds beat 1 seeds in March Madness.
And that will be coming up soon.
Yeah.
Now batting, catcher number 13, Aiden Hazen.
And here we start the bottom of the 7th. Aiden Hazen, been the catcher for the Roadrunners throughout the game. He has been moving around the plate, having to catch many wild pitches and having to defend the plate at many points. He's done his best. But there's only so much his best can do when there's been so many errors around the entire field.
Yeah, we can see that, but hopefully he starts off the inning strong for the Roadrunners.
Hazen 1-for-1 at batting, and this time he gets under it. It's sent high flying, but settled under by the left fielder for the first out.
Yeah. Put the ball in play, but unfortunately hung up there too long, and it's 1 out. And Sam Wilson continues his relief pitching.
And pitch hitting for our Roadrunners next will be Seth Willie, the sophomore infielder at 6'1" from Bend, Oregon, seeing his first time out on the plate. Coming out with a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, let's see if he can provide some spark off the bench.
So Wilson looks to continue his stellar defense so far. This time, the one ball to start it for Willie.
Yeah, it's a good start for Willie. Not swinging at the bad pitch and
he holds off on another one. So this time, very much inside.
Yep, he's doing good so far. He's just good eye right now. He's not swinging at the bad pitches, and hopefully gets on base with a walk.
Willie has walked 4 times this season, and is one of the other Roadrunners sporting a 200 average as he gets the first strike to give the count to 2-1. So it's like when you come into this, it's like probably I would imagine the coach would tell him it's like they're trying to put as little pressure on as possible as he gets the second strike there.
Yeah, now it's 2-2, so now he has to start swinging the bat. Like he's looked at these first 4 pitches and swinging it all, so hopefully he's able to put the ball in play.
Yeah, when you get subbed in like this, it's like it's time to show your stuff. Maybe you work yourself into starting lineups and above, but you really got to be able to take your chances. And this time he takes a swing. It's up. The catcher's looking for it, but it's too far over the backstop. Everyone look out behind us.
Yeah.
So at 2-2, so really looking to make any impact, have any fun. At this point, the Roadrunners just need to have fun. It's like they need to play their game, and it's like if they're gonna come away with anything, they need to be able to learn from this. But in this, they got to be able to put as much energy as they can forward. Willie fouls it off again.
Staying alive. He's fighting in this count. Hopefully the fight will be worth it and he can put the ball into play.
Wilson's up to 19 pitches. He has 2 strikeouts. Right now he's held the Roadrunners, leaving off where Scott, the starter. And now he looks to put it to 3. And then he sends it straight up again. The catcher mask off, looking for it this time. It looks like he has a chance at it. And he makes the grab. Willie ending it with another pop-up, sending the ball the opposite way that he should.
Yeah, that ball was hit up straight up in the air, straight up just vertically. And now we have 2 outs in the 7th inning, and it's not looking good for the Roadrunners. As this is it might be another quick inning for the Titans, 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll see how the rest of this game goes. But
now we are seeing that the Roadrunners put in all of their pinch hitting. Now this time, Matthew Talbot, a freshman outfielder from Snoqualmie, Washington. And in on the first pitch, he sends it straight down the middle again. That spot where they like to hit it for their little success today. And he's on base on his first pitch of the game now that he's coming to this game.
That's what you like to see. First pitch, first hit, and right up the middle of the center field, and he got on base. So hopefully, next batter can provide some juice to the lineup and hit the first home run of the year.
That's something good for him. He currently has the lowest average. One of the lower averages. And now following him up, another pinch hitting Camden Johnson, sophomore from Beaverton, Oregon. Now we get to see the entire backup line for the Roadrunners. Now it's like there's no reason not to put them in. See what these new guys will do. 2 outs remaining, and you have Talbot on base. First pitch fouled off, and it goes off of Talbot, that will end the inning there. Sadly,
that's just how the way it's been going. Another unfortunate way to end the inning, right off of the runner's foot, and that's the 3rd out of the day, and that is unfortunate for the Roadrunners.
And now that we finally got the inning, we're gonna head to a short break here. And we will be back to start the 8th inning.
Sounds like this.
Don't rush the process. Only 24 hours and damn, going good. Through moss, through trees, through cut up knees, through dirt and soot and bloody jeans. Pulling apart the ties that I made.
It's just a dance floor. DJ, can you turn me up? Everybody in the club, go and put your hands up.
Welcome back to the game. This game is, unfortunately, the Roadrunners got mercy ruled 12-2 after the 7th inning. And that was an unfortunate game for the Roadrunners. Nothing happened on offense, and their pitching staff just fell apart.
Sadly, the final score being 12-2, the pitching for the Roadrunners was just not able to get going. We did see it's like the lead hitter for the Roadrunners sadly was not able to get going with 2 strikeouts at the plate. He was able to get on base, but not able to get enough. And also, we did see pitcher Talon McGordian, not one of the pitchers of the week last week, but not able quite to get going. Just no amount of defense was able to help the Roadrunners there today.
Yeah. And
now we would like it. It's like now that the game is over, we would like to thank Tim and Mark helping coordinate our broadcast today, and we would like to read our cast and crew's name to thank us. So we have producer by Brynn Kirkland, co-producer Ethan Browning, director Andy Sloan, Leo Diamond, play-by-play announcer joining me.
Sir.
I'm Ethan Heathershaw. Our camera crew, of course, Oliver, Russell, Astrid, Keusey, Robbie, Henkel, Gordon, Truong, and Steve. And so, with GFX Scorebug, Ben Agmon, Stats, Madysin, Alford, Audio, Andy Witt, Engineers, Brady, Elliott, and that will be our crew today for KBVR today. Thank you very much for joining us today. Hopefully the Roadrunners can pick it back up next game. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
see ya.